Hello, and welcome to Dungeons and Magi, where we open our handbooks, open our minds, and more importantly, we roll the damn dice. As always, I'm your Game Master Cade, or you may call me the Viking GM. Before we get started, we do have a few announcements to get through, so please bear with us. First up is Ben with our partner.
Guys, I opened it. I opened the box, and now I see everything. The minis, the dice, the maps. I can taste initiative rolls. I can hear the loot singing to me. I've achieved Dungeon Enlightenment. This isn't just a box. It's not even a crate. It's a reality-bending vessel of pure, uncut tabletop glory. Each month, it arrives at your door like a celestial care package from the gods of D20. In a world where DMs are tired, players are late, and the snacks are just... okay. One box dares to deliver the adventure you didn't know you needed. Dungeon Crate. Minis that whisper to you in your sleep, dice that sparkle like they were kissed by a unicorn, maps that are so immersive your party might need an emotional support wizard. You want it? You need it. Use code DungeonsMagi22 at checkout for 10% off your first order. That is not a discount. That is a divine boon. Dungeon Crate. Because why live a normal life when you can roll for one? Back to you, Kate.
Next time, warning when you're going to slam, because my elbow got slammed into the table because of that.
All right, I actually hurt my hand on that one, too.
Good.
Wow.
So, in a world where DMs cry behind screens and rogues can't roll above a 3, one forge dares to craft dice that defy fate itself. Broker's Forge Dice. Not just dice. Legendary relics forged in chaos, quenched in caffeine, and polished by the tears of every barbarian who ever missed a reckless attack. Listen to me. You've got the stats. You've got the character sheet. What you don't have is dice that sparkle like divine intervention and roll like thunder. But that changes today. They've got split wars, inclusions, and more drip than a bard at a masquerade ball. Visit dammediallc.com, click the store, and get your hands on dice that roll like they've got a grudge against the laws of probability. Broker's Forge Dice. Because your story deserves better than that $3 goblin set you bought in a gas station parking lot.
What?
So.
Okay, I can't help it that my rolls were shitty last night.
I do believe that is it. So, if there is nothing else, I do believe it's time to roll the damn dice. All right. So, last we left off, the crew found themselves in Dracoria, the capital of the continent of Drakenval, and the home of their friend Calathar. You toured a bit of the city, saw dragons of many shapes and sizes, and you were introduced to Calathar's father, the king of Dracoria. When introduced, Calathar introduced all of you as his personal counsel, each with a specific role. Thus, upon the crowning of Calathar as Stormcrown king of Dracoria, king of the dragons. Each one of you became his counsel, became his wisdom, and you were put to the test almost immediately. Multiple problems that popped up in Dracoria that you solved, whether good or bad. Some had immediate effects, others may show up later. So, we pick up tonight with everyone in the council chambers discussing possibly your roles and what it's fully going to entail and things like that. And then a boom echoes from the entry arch. A wet, rhythmic slap, slap, slap of bare feet on polished stone. A salty breeze snakes into the chamber uninvited. The guards part, exchanging uncertain glances, and through them strides a man glowing with sun, sea, and sheer spiritual confidence. His armor is minimal: leather greaves, sleeveless water-hardened scale mail, a sea glass medallion hanging from a kelp cord, and long sun-bleached hair matted in salt waves down his back. His trident is slung casually over one shoulder, etched in coral runes, and his skin glistens as if perpetually ocean-washed. Yo, Stormcrown! Kale Dog! You're looking all sovereign and serious, my man! Love that for you! And what you see is... where is it? You see this guy.
Oh my god.
Oh.
He throws up a wide grin and two casual finger guns, one at Calathar and the other toward Valtorix. The Drake blinks, visibly unsure what to do with this energy. He bows, sort of. Wave Master Kalo Kai at your title service, my dude. Lord of the Curl, Chiller of Krakens, Prophet of Third Riptide, and Bonded Rider of the Tide Drake Shoal Shredder. Heard you got the band back together and figured I should come vibe with the Crown Crew before you get all tied up in, like, diplomacy and war and whatever.
I kind of just turn to Kel. Kel, do you know this guy? Who is he?
He steps forward, spreads his arms open wide. Sup, Council Squad? He gestures towards you, Colin. You got artificer hands. Respect. You ever make a lightning anchor that stabilizes your soul during a barrel roll over a whirlpool? No?
I have no idea what the hell you're talking about.
Cool, we should collab. He looks to Beatrice. Yo, Priestess of the Peacefire. You look like you've seen inside the weave and whispered it back to sleep. Big respects.
What the heck?
He turns to Arthur. Swordsman, you've got dad energy. That's not a burn. That's a whole aura.
I'm gonna shoot you.
He then turns to V. Engineer, tinker, visionary. Definitely the one who carries the map. And then he turns to Beverly. Huh. Yo, Shadow Stepper. I respect that you haven't blinked once. Makes me feel like I'm definitely being sized up, and I love that for me.
Kale, who is this?
Kill, I'm so confused.
And Kale's hand is just on his forehead.
Is this an old party mate?
This is Kalokai.
Oh,
So we don't just ride dragons in the skies. He rides tide drakes.
Ooh.
We have a whole other sect of the sky riders that ride in the ocean.
Sea Riders?
Basically,
Oh.
Okay, I
And
can get behind
so-
that.
so this whole group, where's my notes? Sorry. I'll find my. There it is. They're called the Tideborn Riders. They're a fringe order of aquatic dragon riders hailing from the Stormglass Reaches. They used to be allied with Dracoria. They specialize in riding sea serpentine dragons, often standing or crouched on their backs as they glide across the surface of oceans, rivers, and even crashing storms. They use polearms and hydromancy, less military, more flow-based, and honestly, most of them are a joke.
Oh.
I kind of look over
What
to
was it
the.
called again? Sorry.
They are the Tideborn Riders. That's Borne.
Okay.
So think Surfer Knights meets Avatar Waterbenders.
That's right.
Okay, that sounds kind of badass.
That is absolutely badass.
I was just at work and I was like, yo, what if I had this idea? Because I was going through character voices and I thought of the yo dude California bro.
Or we just not talk about watching Point Break the other
Yes. And I was like, how can I put that in here? Well, let me make surfers. Well, how can we make surfers? Surfboards don't exist. Well, they surf on dragons. And they call their dragon scales boards or sea bros.
day.
Yeah.
Sea Bros.
So this is Kalokai. Kalo apostrophe.
I have to copy those.
Okay, so to be clear,
Lo God comma Kai. It's
Yeah, I was actually really close with my spelled it.
Actually, wasn't too far off on that spelling.
Yeah, I.
So,
I
I'm
spelled
sorry,
it with
to-
a C instead of K.
to be
It's
clear, Mr.
very
Kalokai,
Hawaiian.
you came here to join the council? Is that what you're attempting?
no, bro. That's totally not for me. I
Don't
came
call me
to
bro.
share my energy, and actually, I could use some help.
What sort of help?
Well, he looks to Calathar and he's a little more solemn, slightly. I came not just to pay respects, man, but to offer a wave. Storms rage, skies rule, but tides endure. When your kingdom needs balance or someone to slide into a siege on the back of a dragon with no wings, I'm your guy. And he plants his trident against the marble floor, and a faint trail of seawater spreads in a perfect spiral beneath it. Tideborn don't bow, but we flow, my dude. So when you call, I roll in hot, wet, and fully hydrated.
I look at the floor and I'm like, do we have mops or something?
So, and as you guys are laughing, he pauses, he rolls his shoulders, and for the first time you see his playful grin kind of fade a little bit. But real talk, my dudes. I didn't just roll up here to bless your court with high tide charm and beach body righteousness. And he holds his trident vertically in both hands. Along its shaft, faint barnacle-like runes glow a deep aquamarine. Something stirring in the Coalgrave trenches. Something old. Something pissed. And he starts pacing. And you can hear the splashing of seawater as he walks. He's human. But you can hear that seawater. It's weird. It's not magic. It's just his presence just has this aura of water. And Beverly, you feel eerily calm near him because of what you are.
Yeah.
So you almost feel a connection with him. And again, he's human. But because of your Genasi heritage, you connect with him on some weird level. And you realize that he's like a dude bro. He handles his shit when he needs to. The seafloor's been cracking along lay stitches we thought were dormant. Tides are turning against the pool, current spinning weird. Yesterday, a kelp druid swam up foaming at the mouth, claiming she saw shells made of bone moving in the deep, forming chains. And then Shoal Shredder, so hard to say. My Drake, he wouldn't dive. For first time in 20 years, looked at the trench, looked back at me, and backed off. He's never done that. And then he looks to all of you. I can ride waves and punch sea goblins in the throat with a salt spike, but this is leyline deep. This is vein work. It's like something's pulling on the ancient tides beneath the world's skin, and whatever it is, it remembers drowning. And he glances at Kale. So I came here to ask, not to fight for you, but to fight with you. Come down into the blue, help me find what's waking beneath the waves, and if it's just me, I'm chum. But if it's us, we might stand a chance of surfing it down before it breaks the shore.
I look between him and Cal. With your permission, I'm in, Cal.
And he looks to Calathar. What do you say, Stormcrown? Want to take the council for a dip?
I turn to Kale and was like, what if some of us don't know how to swim?
I overhear and then I pipe up. I think I have an idea. And
I
look
am
over-
not getting on one of your experiments.
You'll be fine. I look to V. We need to get together. I have an idea.
Oh, depending on what it is, I might not
Are
need
you
one.
talking of a submersible?
Yes,
I am not getting
you
into
read those
anything
comics
like that.
the same as I did. You
Fight it?
wait. Did you borrow some of mine? Is that why I can't find them?
What did you think?
Yes, we create a submersible. It won't be that hard, and given the fact that now that we have the kingdom to help us and the Titan Forges, we can do that. We can make it fairly simple.
And if we fight something and you're stuck in it?
We can add weapons, trust me.
I'm sure
Perhaps.
there are ways to get us down, though, that doesn't involve a tin can.
I was going to suggest like an exosuit or something.
We have something for that.
You do?
Yes, you'll see.
As I gesture to Cal.
You just see he get up and just slowly start backing away from the table.
You don't have to swim.
Still don't want to go in the water, not knowing how to swim.
Can I
Well,
swim?
You are going in the water.
I go over.
What?
Because, as Stormcrown I activate my council
Nope.
to investigate this matter.
Fuck you, Cal.
I'm a little curious. I'd like to see how we would travel to the bottom of the ocean.
Well, first, we must board the Skywake.
Okay.
And he looks to each of you. Get ready, put on your adventuring gear, and meet me out by the docks. We're not taking the normal ship.
Okay. I go back to my room with B, and then we start gathering our things.
Yeah, I get my armor on and stuff.
Yeah,
Grab
put on
my whip.
armor. And make sure that Starkluck is still with me.
Okay.
Yeah.
I grab all my stuff, my notes, notebooks, and sketch pads, and then writing materials and stuff like that, and tools.
I don't bring any notes or anything like that because I don't want it to get wet.
I make sure that I don't have any books in my bag.
Okay, so just to make it clear, you guys are going to the Coral Grave Trenches, which is off the Stormglass Reaches, which are little islands in the water, just under. And there's some kind of ancient entity or forgotten artifact awaking beneath the seabed, disrupting ley pulses and spawning skeletal coral constructs. So, with that, you all meet at the docks. And everybody make me a perception check.
Nat 20.
20!
V,
19.
Arthur,
Natural 20 for 22.
okay, Beatrice,
14.
Colin,
21.
Bev.
Natural 20 for 21.
Okay, I'm glad you guys are wasting those natural 20s on this. So, as you walk up
Right.
and you instinctively start walking towards the breaded cheese,
Mm-hmm.
and then you remember that he told you you're not taking the normal ship, you look to your left and see a ship that makes the breaded cheese look like a tugboat.
Oh!
Oh!
It is about 10 times the size. Think of
Oh.
it,
Look how does that
I will
thing
say-
fly?
in reality, it is the size of like the Arizona.
Oh, shit.
Did you? I know what you made the basis off of. Bet you any money. Can you describe it further?
608 feet long.
So the USS Arizona, the most famous,
Ship in the U.S. Navy.
correct. Yeah, it's massive. It's a carrier ship. So this is the size of that. It is
What
huge. It
does that
is.
thing-
It does not fly.
does
It
not-
floats.
So
It's a
2
regular
football
ship.
fields.
Is a regular ship that goes on the ocean. So everybody here, if they want to fly, they fly with their dragons. If they want to be on the water, the royalty uses this. This is the Skywake. This is basically a floating fortress. Anything that you would have in a castle and a keep
Ooh.
is inside here. You walk through it, and you spend most of the time of your travel looking through this place. There are individual beds. There are restaurants. There's a park. Think of it like a cruise ship. It has everything that you need. There's archery ranges, there's gladiatorial arenas. The Skywake is meant to go on year-long tours. This is what the Dracorian royalty would take when Dracoria was at war, so that the fighting royalty, would be close to the battle. Now, the voyage to Coral Grave Trenches begins beneath a sky streaked in gold and sapphire. As the Skywake cuts through the shimmering tide, the air hums with anticipation, the sails charged with etheric wind, whispering like distant thunder. As the Dracorian coast fades into mist, the sea deepens from aquamarine to a brooding indigo. The waves calmer, too calm, as if the ocean itself holds its breath. A thin, crystalline fog rolls across the surface like liquid glass, obscuring the horizon. Fish with translucent scales shimmer beneath the ship like constellations adrift in the water. Pods of curious sea dragons ride distant currents, their calls low and mournful. So think about when you're on a ship in the ocean in our world. You see dolphins breaching. Instead of dolphins here, it's dragons making their way through the water. You watch warily as schools of fish begin veering away from the ship in frantic, unnatural patterns. Feels like an omen. Salt grows sharp in the air, almost metallic. And the clouds above twist into spirals with no wind to guide them.
I kind of look up. Oh, that's not good.
So this will be a 3-day journey.
Okay.
So this is day 1. If you guys wish, there is a fully prepared kitchen. They can either cook for you or you can cook. It's up to you.
I would like to get cooked for.
Yeah, same here.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'll say Kale announces that we're now fully adrift at sea, so you guys are able to move about the ship as you wish. The bell will ring when it is time to eat.
Okay.
So the time is yours.
I'm gonna walk
I'm
the deck
gonna
with my
find
wife.
Seb and just kind of wrap my arms around her and be like, I am so still getting used to being a council member.
Me too. Why the hells did that person call me Ro? It's better than some other names I've been called, for sure, but I don't think I'm a bro.
I think they meant it as a gender neutral term.
True, but I'm not his bro.
I pat her head. I'm like, I know, dear, I know.
So I've been thinking I might need to practice being sneaky because I've never done that in my life, and now I'm a spy master. I think I may just sneak around. I don't know. I don't want to seem creepy. I mean, I do, but I don't want our people to be afraid of me. I kind of want to sneak around and see how long it takes for people to find me. Just
Stealth,
random crew members, and maybe make an
natural
announcement,
one.
be like, "Hey, so I'm going to be stalking you guys. I'm not going to do anything. I promise you're safe, unless you cross us all." I don't know. I'm not used to trying to be scary. I mean, I'm used to trying. I'm not used to it working.
Oh, dear. I get it. I totally understand. But when you're sneaky, you don't announce you're being sneaky. And it will probably take a lot of practice. A lot of practice.
I'm sure it will, but I don't want nobody to attack me thinking that I'm doing something. I mean, I guess I'm a councilman now, so it would be treason.
Your face is known here. I'm pretty sure that I understand that you are practicing your craft.
I hope so.
And the whole kingdom knows our faces. So that's why you have a whole network of people to work for you.
Maybe I'll just creep on our people. I feel like they'd understand more.
I'm going to enjoy this, dear.
Maybe I'll creep on Colin first. I feel like if I tell him I'm just practicing, I feel like Beatrice might punch me and Arthur might do the same.
That's probably fair, but I'll warn them that you are trying to practice your new craft, and that
Oh, don't tell Colin, I want to scare him.
Oh, I'm all for that. Oh. Looks like food's ready.
Alright, let's go eat, and then my plan begins.
I walk
Pops up from under the table.
Yeah. I walk into the galley with Beatrice.
Oh.
After we are walking the deck.
It's not a galley.
Galley?
You'll.
Isn't that what
Okay.
it's called on the ship?
Oh, not on this ship. It's not. You're on a royal ship. This is.
Did you send us on the Titanic?
Yes.
Damn it.
No, it's just the Britannica.
Oh, that's better.
Okay, so as the first day of your voyage aboard, the Skywake draws to a golden close. The ship hums with life and opulence. The sprawling vessel, gleaming like a celestial cathedral over the sea, thrums with arcane engines beneath a hull of aether-etched steel. Lanterns shimmer along the promenade, casting warm hues of orange and lavender as the sun dips behind the horizon. Overhead, the sail crystals catch the fading light and fracture it into cascading beams that bathe the upper decks in prismatic glory. Tonight, it's not just a meal, it's a celebration, a grand declaration that the newly formed Council of Dracoria sails forward not as warriors or emissaries, but as legends in the making. You are escorted to the Grand Ethereum Dining Hall, through wide marble archways, into a dome chamber lined with enchanted stained glass windows. The murals shift gently, displaying scenes of ancient Dracorian victories, celestial dragons, and twinning vines of aether lights. Suspended above, a massive chandelier of crystallized laystone spins slowly, pulsing in rhythm with the ship's core. Tables of polished duskwood gleam beneath linen cloths embroidered with a storm-crowned sigil. Each place setting is adorned with glinting silver cutlery, a menu scripted in floating runes, and goblets of shifting hue that never seem to empty unless willed. So the glasses magically fill themselves.
I preemptively take the potion that
Okay.
Cal gave me.
Okay. Roll a.
I think the last time you said con.
Yeah.
Ten?
Okay. So, as you sit down, you're used to, even on your ship, when it's time to eat, going up, getting your food, and going to sit. So, you guys try to like stand up to go, and you guys are at your own table with Kale. And as you go to stand up to like go get food, Kale tells you all to sit down. And he looks to each of you. We don't get our own food here. They bring it to us. You are going to eat better than you've ever imagined. If you don't like something, it's okay. You don't have to try it. Don't worry about waste. We have plenty of food. So, you guys ready to feel hungry?
Absolutely.
It is starter time. So the starters, there's 3. The first is called Cloudcap Bisque. And the waiters that bring it over are telling you what each thing is. It's a velvety soup made from skycap mushrooms harvested from floating isles. It's rich and creamy with notes of truffle and spice, served in bowls carved from geode halves. Then you have seared Leviathan Carpaccio. It's thin slices of translucent sea beast flesh, lightly charred with aether flame, drizzled with citrus oil, and garnished with gold leaf fennel. And then there's sky spice braided bread, a warm pull-apart loaf bread braided with airy herbs and stitched with sun-dried tomato ribbons, served with salted aether butter that crackles faintly on the tongue.
Write those down because we're going to be
Yeah, it
making
sounds really
those.
good.
Yeah, really, the bread sounds amazing.
The bread and the soup sound delicious.
I
The
take
soup sounds disgusting.
The
But
soup sounds delicious.
Yes?
I love mushrooms.
I hate mushrooms.
Mushrooms are yummy.
I take some of the soup and bread, and I just start dunking it in the soup.
Yeah, take a little bit of everything because I'm going to be trying everything here.
This is some of the most amazing food you have ever had. Actually, it probably is the most amazing food you've ever had. You went from eating on a spaceship,
Yeah.
like pre-made foods, nasty foods, to surviving for your life eating rations, to eating some tavern food, which was good. But now you're eating fine dining. There was no such thing as fine dining, ever. You don't
This tastes
know
so
what
much
fine
better
dining
than the
is.
raw meat I ate that one time.
Thank God.
Just one time?
That time.
I mean, we got used to this stuff. I look over to B. Like, can you imagine having eaten those freeze-dried rations up at the sanctuary, and then going right from that to this?
How do you think I feel? I went from this to eating rations. Well, technically not eating for 2,000 years. As he takes the cup and sets it down, and you watch him because he kind of chugs it, and it fills back up.
I'm kind of like sitting there, and I'm just like, I never thought I'd be eaten like this in my life.
And in the cup, it's like a spiced wine. Like, think of like a winter spiced wine.
Like a mulled wine.
We need to
Uh-huh.
make mulled wine.
I take a nice big gulp, and I'm like, You doing it? Slow.
It won't do it till it's empty, or you wish it to fill. You just have to think about it.
I'm thinking about it.
And it
It's amazing.
Not have been good
just-
for old Beverly.
I'm just carefully sipping the wine,
Yeah,
not wanting
no.
to get super
So-
shit
Help
faced.
when
me
you-
taste, please.
when you drink it, there's, like I said, it's like a mulled wine, but there's this warmth about it that kind of coats your tongue and almost wraps around and digs into your cheeks, and you can feel this heat. It's not uncomfortable, but it's odd for people who've never drank this before. And Kale's just drinking more and more of it, paying no mind.
I suggest that you go light on this, dear. I know it refills itself, but you probably want to have water after this cup.
Yes, if you guys could help me pace, that'd be great.
All right,
Speaking
then the
of
main course is announced. There are 4 plates of the main course. You can eat all of it. You can eat bits of each one. You can choose to not eat one. It does not matter, but you are brought each one. The first is glazed storm beast shank, a colossal cut of tender meat from a storm beast, slow roasted for 18 hours and glazed with lightning plum reduction. The exterior is crisp to perfection while the interior falls apart with a glance. The next is aether fried cloudfin. It's a whole fish with scales that shimmer like rain-soaked sapphire, fried in arcane oil until the skin crisps and flakes apart in golden spirals, served with lemon mint aioli and vine pepper slaw. The next is leyline risotto. Creamy pale violet rice infused with laystone shavings and spring root, speckled with wild vegetables that glow faintly in the dim light.
Yeah, I have a look.
And the last is thunder tallow roasted pheasant, stuffed with sweet root glazed in amber honey and roasted until the skin is paper thin and crisp, served over smoked clover bread pudding.
What was the first one again?
Glazed storm beast shank.
I'll take everything except for the fish.
I'll take some of the shank, the storm beast shank, and I want to try the pheasant. I've never had pheasant before.
Yeah, I'll try a
Both
little
in
bit of
character
everything.
and IRL.
Just gonna take shank and risotto.
And some
I'm just gonna take a little bit of everything. And I do mean a little bit of everything because this is really rich and heavy
Yeah.
for people who are not used to it.
You guys are living like kings and queens now.
So this is a luxury liner. This is not a worship of any kind.
No.
No, this is like a portable castle.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is a luxury liner. You have not seen it yet, but there is down below there is a battleship that comes out. Basically the front opens and it comes out, and that's what the king would take to war.
This is a ship within a ship.
Ship section.
I guess it's
You were brought out sides. The first side is skyvine asparagus, long twisting stalks sauteed in moon garlic and shimmer wine. Then Aurelian potato rosettes, mashed and piped into swirling towers, seared with butter until golden and served with creamy sage essence.
Okay, you're gonna have to write these down.
The last one is leg cooked corn wafers, ultra thin discs of fire roasted corn batter, seasoned with sea salt and violet pepper.
I take a little bit of everything.
same here.
Same.
Yep.
Are you writing this down? That I have
all
to roll?
sides. Ask Ben, I'm writing these down.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, I see you're writing something. I don't know what it is.
Usually when
You're
you're
not
writing
snooping?
something, we're terrified.
so, everybody ready for dessert?
Yes.
There's 3 desserts. First is drifting velvet cake, a 7-layer sponge soaked in dreamberry syrup, layered with cloud cream and dusted with crystallized citrus zest.
Mmm.
The next is floating fire fruit tarts, delicate pastry cups filled with flame-hued fruits that emits faint warmth and glows under the gaze, each topped with whipped frost cap.
Write these down too.
Sweet.
And then the last is astral macaroons, bite-sized weightless treats in an array of colors and flavors: comet cocoa, nebula vanilla, solar lemon, and eclipse berry.
Yeah, write these down. I take a little bit of everything.
Same.
I take the velvet
Little
cake.
bit of everything.
Just
Do I have to roll or
macarons.
did I pass my roll?
Oh, you're good. Now the drinks. So there is the option, especially for for all of you, but there is 3 different drinks that you can have that you can change out. There is Aether wine, which is smooth and subtly sweet. This enchanted wine never causes hangovers and enhances flavor with each sip. There's also Crimson Mist brandy, which is a dark, robust brandy that burns like dragonfire but finishes with a cool minty fade.
Write these down too.
And then the Gilded Ale of the Forge. This is brewed in Dracoria's volcanic cauldrons. It's an amber ale that has a faint metallic tang and a head that holds its shape like sculpted foam.
I take some of the ale.
I try to will it into water.
Does?
Okay. Yeah, I'll drink some
finish
like fruit water.
the wine and imagine or think of water.
I'm just drinking water because I know battle may be ahead.
I mean,
So-
I'm gonna drink a little bit of each one, but I will have water to balance it out.
As the meal carries on, illusionary musicians made of light and sound serenade the room with crystalline harp and echoing drums. Sky dancers twirl on platforms drifting above the diners, and tiny mechanical creatures serve drinks, refill plates, and occasionally burst into synchronized routines. So, I know you've been on a cruise. Think of this like the captain's dinner, where they dance and do all the music. And
I don't remember that part. I just remember the captain's food to put at the dinner.
laughter and all fill the air. Toasts are made, stories are told, and the night deepens. You find yourselves not just at the helm of history, but celebrated as its authors. And the night winds down. You are shown to your cabins. These are better than any room you could have imagined. They are massive. Think of them like the suites on a cruise ship,
Good God.
with balconies that overlook the ocean. And if you were to go out onto the balcony and you were to reach onto the railing, it kind of, the air in front of you shimmers.
So you can't jump off.
Cannot jump off, and nothing can get in. There is a magical barrier around the entire ship. that keeps it
doesn't make me
protected.
feel nervous.
And I will say, everybody make a perception check. V.
3.
Okay. Arthur.
6.
Jesus Christ. Beatrice, did you get 9?
No. I got 16.
Colin.
15.
Okay. Bev.
17.
Okay. I was waiting for 3, 6, 9. Damn sheep fun. Never mind. So, everybody but V and Arthur, as you stand on your balconies and you see that shimmer, and you kind of like look across like towards the ship, you don't see anything. If you're like looking out and back towards the ship, all you see is wide open ocean.
So it closed.
Yes. The ship is completely invisible. It has
Okay.
some kind of cloaking tech that you can probably ask about that makes it so you can't be seen.
Yeah, I'm absolutely writing that down because that'll be a huge help for me.
And with that, you guys can do what you wish. Everybody is going to bed. If you want to, you can go to bed and go fresh the next morning. Next morning will be day 2.
Would it be possible to attempt to reach out to my patron?
You can try.
I would like to.
Okay. What do you do?
I think because I've never channeled him this way before, I'll try like meditating and seeing if I can mentally reach out.
Okay. Do you say anything?
Nix?
Roll me. I'll say a religion check.
Okay.
This is reaching out to a patron.
10.
Okay. So you close your eyes and you reach out, trying to reach out to Nyx. Nothing.
Okay.
Possibly too far. Maybe you just need to try harder. Who knows? You can. Not the only time that you have to try. You can try again later.
Okay.
So, everybody going to bed?
Yeah.
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 Okay. If you need to, you can take a long rest. But the morning sun spills like molten gold across the decks of the Skywake, illuminating salt-kissed railings and polished aetherglass windows. A gentle sea breeze carries the scent of brine and citrus through the corridors as soft chimes sound across the ship's intercom system. A melodic, enchanted wake-up call that harmonizes with the heartbeat of the vessel. And it's basically, you just hear these light chimes that kind of echo through, and they're just a natural wake-up. And just after that, you hear as the breakfast bell has been sounded. And you're not used to this. You're used to waking up and just kind of eating whatever, getting coffee. You're not used to basically being catered for breakfast.
I hear the bells and I shoot straight up. What the hell is that? Are we under attack?
I get up. I'm like, what? Huh? No, I don't think so.
And both of you make a perception check, please. Do so with advantage. This is a scent-based perception.
23.
As soon as you shoot up, you wake up startled by her. You look around, the scent of something familiar. Roasted beans. Coffee? Surely that can't be all the way in the dining hall. It's too strong. You look, and on the armoire ahead appears 2 freshly brewed cups of coffee. And this happens in every single one of your rooms.
I go up and I kind of tend to touch it.
It's real. They're hot because they're
I pick it
coffee.
up. I pick both of them up by the little handles. And I'm like,
This.
Okay, first, do they make it like we want it, how we typically have it made?
Yes.
Have him roll to see which one he gets, if he sips mine or his.
Sure.
what do you want me to roll?
Just D20.
This a straight one?
Yeah.
12.
That's it.
Damn.
This is the freshest coffee you've ever tasted. Like, in real life, it would be like they just picked up the beans from batshit, washed them off, and ground them. Guys, that's how coffee's made.
Batshit?
Yes. Guano.
I thought that was only a special coffee, not every coffee.
A lot of coffee is made that way.
I'm going to look this up because
Some coffee fully goes through animal systems and then is
A
washed off
lot of
afterwards.
coffee goes through animal systems.
I don't think I like coffee.
But it is so fresh. There are some coffees that stop doing it because of PETA and all of that, but a lot of coffee goes through animal systems.
Thanks.
That's why it's so expensive. But yes, this is the freshest coffee you've ever had.
I just... Oh, and I just kind of hand the cup to B. Honey, just drink it. Trust me. It is the best coffee I've ever had.
I take a sniff to make sure it's like, see if I can smell anything weird about it.
No.
I take a sip cautiously.
And it's amazing.
I
And
drink
this,
my
again, is for
extremely
each
sweet
one of you.
coffee. Mine is incredibly sweet. It's got whipped cream on it and everything.
Oh, V would have theirs straight black. Just
Same here.
They just went back to sleep.
I just take a nice little good sip of it. And I'm like, I say we go and get breakfast, honey.
So keep in mind, all of your rooms are next to each other. So you could theoretically knock on everybody's door and, like you would on a cruise ship, wake everybody up.
Do you?
Yeah. Sure.
I'm,
I go and bang on Arthur's door because I don't need to be the first one to wake up.
I'm gonna quickly grab a gun thinking someone's trying to break in and shoot the door.
oh Jesus Christ!
So you nothing.
Arthur, if you're gonna try to shoot me, it's me, dumbass.
Your
one.
gun does not fire. And it
God
is
damn it,
fully
God.
loaded.
Well, that's now a problem I'm going to have to deal with.
I go and knock on V and Bev's door. Just a nice,
Already up.
gentle knock. Oh,
I open the door right before he actually goes
You-
to knock.
You go to knock, and V opens the door, and you actually rap on her forehead.
oh! I'm so sorry, V.
You're lucky I've had coffee, otherwise I would have
I know-
punched you in the face.
I hold up my glass. I'm like, I know, isn't it amazing?
Cover
That's
that
better
with
than the
promoting
sludge.
the military.
It's better than the
You
sludge
know?
that they had in the mechanics quarters on Sanctuary.
Army has to pay us for that.
I mean, technically, they are paying us.
No, they're
paying
paying
me.
you. They don't pay me jack shit. Okay. So, everybody going to breakfast.
Yes.
All right.
Allegedly.
The Ethereum dining hall, transformed overnight, now glows in morning hues. The stained glass windows shift to scenes of dawn breaking across Jacoria's cliffs, wild wyverns taking flight, and sleepy fields kissed by mist. The chandelier above now emits a soft daylight shimmer, and the long tables have been reset with sunrise-toned linens, fresh-cut blooms in coral and periwinkle, and carafes of magically steaming beverages. Now, once again, you are served. The first is breads and pastries. The first is sunrise crescents. These are flaky croissants layered with honey butter and crushed sunberries, warm from the oven and dusted with shimmering powdered sugar. Next is 4-grain loaf. Hearty slices of multigrain bread with roasted nuts and sweet root served with whipped lavender butter or flame roasted jam. You then have stormberry danishes, delicate pastries filled with cream and tart blue stormberries that spark lightly on the tongue. And the last are skydrop muffins, airy spice muffins filled with molten caramel cores, topped with a cloudberry glaze that melts as you bite into them.
Write all that down. I kind of pat my pockets, and I look to. Did you grab the potion?
I go, I'm like, what potion?
The one that I take before I eat, so I don't have embarrassing episodes.
Oh! Reach it. Here you go.
I take it and I drink it,
Okay.
I'm gonna eat a
and then I
muffin.
take a little bit of everything.
Same here.
All right.
And
Hey.
I make a little plate for Starflow.
Eggs and proteins.
Yes.
The first is draconic omelets, custom prepared at a live cooking station by a fire-wielding chef, featuring fillings like thunder goat cheese, embered mushrooms, wyvern ham, and arcane greens. So think of this like on the cruise ship where you have the
Omelet
Them s-
station.
Yep. Where they're sitting there cooking it however you want it. Then you have Rune Guild sausage links, spice sausages inscribed with minor warming glyphs so they always stay the perfect temperature. They never go cold. Then Sunflame bacon, thick cut strips cured in smoked honey and peppered with golden ember dust, curling into spirals as they sizzle. And then finally, Skycheck hash. Diced herb roasted bird meat, pan fried with crisp aether potatoes, bright peppers, and spirit onions.
I have a little bit of
make a
each.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
double
What
pick
about
myself a little bit
I
there,
take a
so-
lot of each.
Yeah. Especially the hash.
Oh,
Grains and griddles. leyline waffles.
Write everything that you're having down.
Iridescent waffles infused with faint laystone shimmer with your choice of toppings: lightning syrup, dream fruit compote, powdered cloud sugar, or whipped starlight cream. There's also Oathkeeper porridge, a knight's favorite: steel-cut oats simmered in milk and honey, topped with toasted seed clusters and drizzled with blood orange reduction. Then, griddle cakes of the Sunward Isles, fluffy cakes layered with a lemon vanilla syrup and seared just enough to crisp the edges, served with slices of fire fruit.
Okay, asshole, write this all down again. Taking a little bit of everything for myself and Starkla.
Same.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then last of the food is fruits and extras. An ever-chilled fruit platter, an arrangement of seasonal fruit from across Valthera, kept perfectly crisp with tiny cryo crystals. There's star kiwi, sky apple, flame grapes, and wind melon. There's an Aetherlight yogurt bar, glass bowls of thick, sweetened yogurts infused with floating spoonfuls of edible flowers, and your choice of granola, crystal sugar, and nectar pearls. And then there's wyvern egg tarts, small savory tartlets filled with silky egg custard and a hint of truffle with a flaky pastry shell.
I take a lot of the fruit and the parfait.
I take some
I'm
of
full.
everything.
Does Colin take the apples?
I'm full. Colin is full. I do not take anything.
And then I also take a little bit of everything for Starkla.
Okay.
I get
And
more
then
if we
finally,
meet.
okay. For the beverages, you have storm brew coffee, which is what you had. Bold and sharp brew from beans roasted over dragon flame and served in cups that briefly spark when poured. You have lone leaf tea, which is earthy and calming, a druidic favorite steeped in ancient soul magic and served with milk or honey. There's also Dawn Nectar Elixir, a pale golden juice made from pressing dream fruit, fire mango, and citrus, energizing without being overpowering. And then, for those desiring a touch of elegance to start the day, Sungold Mimosas. This chilled, sparkling blend of wind fruit juice and fey champagne is bright and effervescent.
I take a mimosa and more coffee.
Okay?
I just take an elixir.
I take an elixir as well.
Okay.
Nice.
And I'll say, just for sake of brevity, we'll go to day 3. Just because it's just going to be eating and eating and eating and eating.
Day 3, I do want to mess with Colin.
Okay.
Mhm.
So, by the 3rd day, the sea becomes unnaturally flat, like a sheet of obsidian glass. Strange coral-like formations rise from below, spiraling toward the surface in shapes that should not exist. Jagged helixes, spined hollows, impossible arches. Some still pulse faintly with long dead magic. The skywake passes over a vast field of sunken ruins, pillars etched in draconic and eldritch runes, half swallowed by coral grown like tumors. Then, the water darkens. The surface light can no longer penetrate the depths, and the air becomes heavy with tension. The crew reports dreams of singing below the waves, of drowned cities in chains made of living bone. Kalokai grows quiet, his usual lopsided grin gone as he kneels at the prow each morning, whispering to the surf. At last, the ship halts above a chasm, the coral grave itself. The trench yawns wide and endless beneath you, a rift in the world's crust that exhales cold, lay-touched mist. The sea groans here. The current's no longer natural but sentient, brushing against the hull like fingers searching for weakness. Below, something pulses, slow, steady, hungry. The descent into the deep must begin soon, but the ocean is no longer just water. It is memory, pressure, and prophecy. The coral grave is awake, and it remembers what was buried. So, this is where you can do your final preparations before Kale will help you prep to go in the water.
As I'm going over everything, I kind of go find Kale, and I ask him, like, so how are we getting under the water? Is there another vessel of some kind that you haven't told us about? Or is this more magic that we're just going to go to somehow swim down there?
Oh no, there is a vessel that we have that goes underwater.
Where is it?
You'll see, it's being prepared.
I'd like to be able to see it myself. I'm sure it's fine. I'm not doubting anything. I just, for peace of mind.
We've used it for 500 years.
That really doesn't put my mind at ease. Are you talking about the design or the actual ship?
The actual ship.
That's not comforting.
We've never had a problem. So if something happens this time, it's your fault. For 500 years, we've never had a problem.
I use this conversation as cover to start creeping on, to sneaking behind Colin.
Make a stealth check.
Okay, thankfully, because of my clothes, I believe I get advantage,
I hit
which I
What's your
definitely needed.
Passive perception.
15.
Well, he sees me. I got an 11 with advantage.
You slowly start sneaking up, and you can feel that tingle on the back of your neck. And you look and you see Bev like Scooby-Doo tiptoeing.
Bev, what are you doing?
There's no Beverly here.
Yes.
I do.
Yes, there are.
These are not the Beverlys you're looking for.
I press the digitation so he hears like a bang behind him and I run away.
I don't really. I just kind of watch Beverly run away, and I'm like, turn back to Kale.
There's just like a piece of toilet paper stuck to her boots.
I kind of turn back to Kale. Anyway, I don't know. Okay.
Maybe I shouldn't have made her the spy master.
Hey,
My wife.
you know what you're doing, I guess. But can we please go over this ship again? All right, I'd like to see some blueprints, or at least let me see this ship.
It is being prepared now. It will be out in a moment. I need to get all of you in your diving suits.
Diving suits?
Yes.
Okay, I mean, are we? If this. Okay, Cal. You know what? This is going against my judgment, but I'm just going to trust you on this. So, I'm going to go make sure B's all prepared, and we'll be right back to see this vessel of yours. As I walk away to go find B.
Okay.
I'm in the room that we were using to sleep, talking to Starful. Meow. Do you want to come with? Meow. Okay. Yes? No. Okay. Do you want to stay on the ship?
Disappears.
Of course. Of course. You know you're a fucking scaredy cat, right?
From nowhere and everywhere.
Yes. Just the entire ship hears. Wow.
What the fuck?
I give a gentle knock on our door and I kind of peek in open. Honey, you ready?
No,
Hey, where's Starfloat?
being a scaredy cat.
I guess they don't want to go under the water either.
I do want to go under the water. What do you mean we're going under the water?
Apparently we're going under the water and Cal won't tell me anything about this, whatever it is we're riding on or in. I don't know. We have to go meet down there now and get into our dive suits.
I remember the last time I was in that water and near that water. Nope. Nope. I'm staying right here.
Why don't we just, as I go in, I go completely in and close the door. I'm like, honey, why don't we just see what they're going? Trust me, I have my questions too. So how about we go get some answers together?
Mm-mm.
Honey,
You didn't have to fight a large fucking crab thing.
out of character. Wasn't I dead for that?
Yes.
No.
Well, you were not there.
Yeah, I was there. I'm like, well, you would have told me about that, right?
Mhm.
I'm like, honey, you were very brave to do that, okay? Again, I'm not telling you have to go under the water into whatever this is, but let's see what it is so that we can make up our mind. It could be completely safe.
You are going to have to knock me out because it's the only way I'm getting on that vessel is literally over my cold dead body.
We're not going to do that, so please just come
Nope.
with me. Oh my god. Honey, we
Nope.
have to go.
No.
Really, you're going to stay here on the ship all by yourself? Starfloat's gone.
Starfleet will come back if I stay on the ship. I think.
Over, you hear. Please prepare to depart.
That's us, honey. Come on. I put my arm around her and gently guide her out the room.
I literally put my feet down as he's trying to jump. Like,
I forcibly move her along.
Contested strength check.
Of course.
I skipped the whole way there. I'm so excited to go underwater.
I mean, you're made of water.
Yep.
you go first.
So would this be a strength check?
Yeah.
Okay. 14.
8.
He
Come
drags you
on.
out the hole.
I'm literally turn and use my body and just kind of like trying to grab
just-
anything.
Come on. It'll be fine. Like I said, we're gonna check it out first.
If anything happens, I'm killing you first.
Honey, if anything happens, we're both gonna die. Just come
I
on.
will kill you first.
Come on. As I just take her down to
As I'm still fighting. I'm not making this easy.
Of course.
Okay. So, as final preparations begin, the crew of the Skyway grows uncharacteristically solemn. Ropes are coiled with care, gear is double-checked, and whispered prayers are offered, not to the gods, but to the sea itself. Aether diving suits are fitted with enchantments to resist pressure and ward off the mind-slipping effects of the deep. You can sense the ley line corruption thickening down below.
Now I'm really fighting to get away from it.
Laces the water like blood in veins, pulsing erratically, as if something massive is sleeping far beneath the trench and dreaming. But you don't try and get away. That sense makes you want to explore it deeper. Pulled to the ley line because you're made of it. What down there is made like you are. So, Kalokai stands at the edge of the deck, draped in sea-woven garments that shimmer like fish scales, trident resting against his back. He turns to Kale and the council, his voice serious for once. Down there, It ain't just water. It's history. It's mistakes. Some made by my ancestors, some by yours. I can't guide you past a certain point. The coral grave, she only lets the brave, the broken, or the bound through. Which one are you? He stepped back. He's not following you in.
I get close to the edge of the deck and like look down and just kind of like mutter out loud, "What's down there?" I can feel it.
Make a wisdom saving throw.
Okay, I'm gonna use my good dice on this one.
I'm gonna peer down too, seeing her doing it.
23.
When you say, "What's down there?" you hear in your mind, "What's down there? There.
I scramble back and just fall out flat on my ass.
I go,
Whoa!
"Well, wait, honey, what's wrong?"
Did you see something?
No, it just answered me back, I think.
What did?
Did we hear it or just her?
Nope, just her.
I didn't hear anything.
What talked to you, honey?
If I knew, do you think I would have been scrambling and falling on my butt? And I think I just bruised my tailbone.
Okay, I'm gonna look down.
I help her up.
Hello?
Nothing.
It's not doing anything.
Just as you're doing that, people actually push all of you guys to the side.
Hey.
And coming through is a large glass sphere that is lowered into the water.
Oh.
I'm looking at it and I'm like, and I look at that, and I look at Cal, and I look at this again, and I look at Cal.
I go and plaster myself against the book. I want to go down there, but not in that thing.
Are you kidding me?
I'm sure it's enchanted.
This is a magic glass dive sphere. It's made of rune-carved obsidian and reinforced with pressure-deflecting enchantments, fitted with glowing channels of light and reinforced seals. Part machine, part relic of ancient sea folk engineering. If the sea folk made it, it will endure the water.
What else will it endure? Because I don't see any way to guide it. I'm assuming it's attached to a cable and we just go pull right to the bottom.
No.
You've too little confidence in something that's been used for a long time.
To my world. And he steps inside.
I follow. No hesitation.
I hesitate and follow.
I look at B and go, "Come along, St. B," and I move in real quickly before she tries to hit me.
I'm just standing there like...
I try to walk away.
As you do that, you hear meow, and Starfluff appears and pushes you with this godly strength into the sphere and then disappears again. And as you come in,
I jump in before it closes.
And the hatch closes.
I love that person. But I go, freaking hate you right now.
I'm just sitting there like, oh no. Nobody wants me to design a submarine or any kind of submersible. We could have been actually traveling down there. I could have put glass windows there. No, we gotta just sit in a glass ball.
Colin!
What? You shut the fuck up.
How about you shut up, Prince?
It's
King.
To
whatever.
Colin,
Just sit there.
shut up.
And as the hatch seals, it hisses and glows.
Is Kylo with us?
No.
No,
Stayed.
he wouldn't come.
He won't come down there.
Whatever's down there is not good. I feel the corrupted ley lines.
Yeah.
What called to me, I can only assume, is the ley lines.
This hum of magical energy as the dive begins. At first, it's silence and shifting blue bubbles coiling upward like ghostly serpents, then darker, colder. Shapes loom beyond the glow of the vessel's lamps, massive skeletal remains of leviathans, hollowed-eyed fish with teeth like stone daggers, and bioluminescent flora that pulse in time with the trench's rhythm. Suddenly, something brushes against the sphere. A shadow, long and sinuous, gliding just beyond the lantern light. Calathar,
I look up. What's wrong with you?
Veltorix is uneasy. He did not like whatever that was. And then, an hour into the descent, the trench wall reveals ancient carvings, pictographs of sea gods in battle, mortals shackled to coral thrones, and something immense devouring the sun beneath the waves. One panel shows a figure that looks eerily familiar, eyes alight with storm, a sword raised in defiance. Is it coincidence or prophecy? Finally, the vessel touches down on a ledge within the coral grave. The seabed here is black glass, shattered in great spirals with glowing veins of magic threading through it. A stone arch rises before you, half consumed by coral. A gate not made by mortal hands. The hatch opens, and you expect a rush of water.
Yeah, I
Nothing.
No.
And Kale looks to each of you, and especially to you, Colin, and hits a sigil that is on your suit. And you are surrounded by a glass bubble. And you can feel air push through like magic.
Unless it helps with the pressure, I don't need it. I can breathe underwater.
You wouldn't need it with the pressure anyways.
Okay. Yep. I don't
But
I don't
yes,
need
this
foam.
is to help you breathe.
Touch the sigil to activate mine.
Am I still feeling that?
A little bit. Not as much.
Do I have to go out there?
Yes.
That's still not going to make me go out there.
Look, the sooner we do it, the sooner we can leave.
Just don't like what I'm doing.
That's fine. We'll just leave you here in this small dome by yourself for whatever's going to be out here.
Fuck my life.
And Kale doesn't swim out. He walks out. There's almost like grava boots on here that allow you to walk on the bottom.
Just gonna
So you can walk
out
like
right
normal.
after.
Yeah,
I
following.
take
I'm
it
like,
back, Colin. The first person to die is Cal.
I'll help. As I kind of go up to the little I'm assuming the water is just like shimmering right in front of me.
Yeah.
And I'm just kind of.
I push Colin out.
Can I tumble underwater?
Yeah, you have
You have
like
gravity.
gravity boots on,
Oh.
so it makes your entire body heavy, so it keeps you from floating up.
I stumble forward and I'm like, and then I go, and just before she goes, I reach back and grab her and
I jump out and start swimming around with my little sea angel.
Why?
oh, why did I get pushed out the door?
All right. Enough of your bickering. We got work to do.
Yeah.
So as you step out, a faint harmonic resonance fills the water, like whale song crossed with distant chimes. You approach the archway.
Hesitantly.
I do.
I do.
Okay. It begins to vibrate faintly as you approach, and the moment you pass through the coral-encrusted archway, the trench around you seems to hold its breath. Light dims, sound muffles, and magic thickens. And as you go inside, Kale hits his button and we can breathe in here.
I hit the button.
I hit my button and oh, this is interesting.
And as you take a few steps, your suit automatically becomes dry.
Well, that's handy.
So, with that, we're going to take a break before we venture into the coral grave. So, please don't go anywhere. We will be right back. And we're back. So, the corridor leads to a round chamber where sound behaves unnaturally. In its center stands a stone pedestal covered in barnacles, and atop which floats a perfectly still orb of water, suspended by an unseen force. Around the circular walls are 7 carved reliefs of sea creatures: a kraken, a leviathan, a jellyfish, a sea serpent, a seahorse, a shark, and an eel, each carved with exquisite detail. You hear in your head, I have no voice, yet echo your thoughts. I carry no limbs, yet dance to your breath. Choose the one that knows no stillness, or the sea shall drown your mind.
What is it?
I have no voice, yet echo your thoughts. I carry no limbs, yet dance to your breath. Choose the one that knows no stillness, or the sea shall drown your mind.
I repeat this out loud, kind of like stuttering through it.
You must speak your guess aloud. If you choose correctly, something happens. Now, if you struggle to answer, there is a roll that you can do, but try and guess right.
Okay.
Can we get it put in chat so I can see it?
No limbs immediately makes me think eel
Well, none of that. None.
or seahorse.
The only one that really has limbs per se is the jellyfish
A kraken does.
and the kraken.
And a shark has limbs because it's the arms. The seahorse has fins. I would consider those limbs. I don't know if they really are. Knows no stillness, so it has to keep moving.
It's just a shark. Shark has to keep moving. Otherwise it drowns.
That is true.
Yeah. And the
I
shark
won-
doesn't have limbs.
I wonder if it's actually not a sea creature.
What do you mean?
Think of memory. It does not have a voice of its own, but it will echo your thoughts because it's a memory. Memories are an thought process, so no limbs, but everything we do creates memories.
But I think we need to pick from these 7 carvings. Right?
Mhm.
But that last one, or the sea shall drown your mind.
What are the carvings around them again?
You gotta write them down now.
Yeah.
I even paused before saying these. Kraken, Leviathan, jellyfish, sea serpent, seahorse, shark, and eel.
Okay. Kraken, Leviathan, jellyfish, seahorse.
Sea serpent,
Seahorse. And eel.
shark, and eel.
Yet dance to your breath.
We are really bad at riddles.
Yes. We are.
Alright, one person can make a roll.
I'll make a roll.
It's either Arcana or Insight.
Okay. Inside I have a +6.
Okay,
That's better than what I
My
got.
insight is +2 and +4 is Arcana for me. Do you want to do it?
I don't know.
Do it.
Okay. I will do
You only
insight.
get to do this once
the entire.
for this chamber.
Do you want to hold it?
Ooh.
You only get to
Okay.
get help interpreting the riddle one time.
Well, you said that you heard your own voice earlier, right?
Yes.
So whatever this is, it must be what the thing is. Maybe?
That's what it was. I would just assume it's connected to possibly the ley lines.
I don't know. I mean, I agree that sharks know no stillness. Got to move.
I
When
mean, of every one of these things, the only one that doesn't have a mouth is I believe, is a jellyfish. So that's no voice.
True.
It doesn't really have limbs, not like we know of it. It just kind of. It just is. I mean, jellyfish don't really. They just float around in the ocean and things fly into them. They don't hunt. They don't go anywhere.
They do what in the ocean?
They just float in the ocean.
Like dancing?
Yeah. I think it's jellyfish.
Yeah.
you know what that makes sense.
True.
Yeah. Arthur,
Jellyfish.
Yeah.
what do you think?
You have to say it with confidence.
I step forward. Jellyfish.
Jellyfish, jellyfish, jelly. It echoes through the chamber. There's a residence chamber in here. And with that, the orb trembles, flows towards a carved indentation of the jellyfish, and unlocks a passage downward. And yes, jellyfish, a being without voice or limbs, yet it moves in rhythm with tides and currents, a silent echo of the sea's motion.
We're idiots.
No, we really. Honestly, that one.
You just gotta think it through.
Yeah, we were overthinking it because we all like ocean stuff, so we know more about everything.
I put multiple creatures that have to constantly move.
Yeah. But was I right? Out of all those, the only one that didn't have a mouth was a jellyfish.
Jellyfish don't have mouths.
Like, obviously, sharks.
They absorb their food.
Yeah. And they don't hunt anything,
Yeah, I
so.
don't know that much about sea creatures, okay?
Okay, so beyond the first room is a living maze, grown of sentient coral that reacts to emotion and intent. The walls shimmer between hues of blood red and kelp green. As you enter, the coral seals shut behind you. So, the maze shifts based on your mood. Rage or fear causes paths to collapse or dead end. Calm and clarity opens new routes. So, you must keep your emotions in check through wisdom saving throws each round. If 3 or more of you fail in a round, you gain a negative. We'll say that.
Fuck, that won't work because it's a saving spell. Or saving throw.
So, you have 5 rounds to escape.
And we can't use guidance because it's for a skill, not a
Correct.
saving throw.
Dang, I had guidance too, so that sucks.
I know, that's why I looked and I'm like, oh, it's a
Okay.
skill.
So, as you guys are moving through, I need the first round of wisdom saving throws, please.
Okay.
Oh
Uh,
no.
V,
And that one.
Oh,
fail. Arthur,
15.
success. Just succeeded.
Oh, jeez.
Beatrice.
Thank God I have a +6. 24.
Okay. Colin.
19.
Beverly.
16.
And Kale got a 20. Okay. So, V, you start freaking out, but everybody's calm aura around you keeps the ways from collapsing, and you push through the maze, the coral moving around you. All right, go again. V,
8.
you're just a scaredy cat.
Apparently.
Arthur,
13.
fail. Beatrice,
8.
fail. Colin,
17.
success. Bev,
8.
Kale got a 17. But that is more than 3 failures. So,
Oh no.
everybody takes 12 points of psychic damage
Oh, Jesus.
as the coral lashes out
Ew.
and seals a path. You then have to quickly move to another path. Let's go again. V,
12.
wisdom just ain't your thing.
No, it's not.
See, there's a difference between intelligence and wisdom.
Uh-huh.
Be smart, not wise. Arthur.
9.
Ugh. Beatrice.
Natural 20 for a 26.
Okay. Colin.
15.
Just passed. Bev.
23.
Succeeds. Kale got a 24. Because that was 2 failures, you get to keep going, not 3. Okay. You continue to move around. Almost there. Go ahead.
I almost got an nat 20.
I did too. V,
14.
missed by 1. Arthur,
Natural 20 for 22.
success. Beatrice,
Natural 1.
failure. Colin,
18.
failure.
What?
Bev,
18.
success. Kale got a dirty 20. That keeps you guys moving. Last one.
I'm not gonna use that dice.
Damn it.
Yes.
V,
5.
you did not pass a single one of these.
No, I
Arthur,
didn't.
14.
just missed. Beatrice,
11.
ugh, that's some damage. Colin,
Natural 20.
Bev,
Or 22.
13.
and Kale got a 24. Natural 18. He has a +6. Okay, that's more damage.
Oh, God.
What's this crazy though?
14 points of psychic damage.
Oh, my God.
Oh, Jesus.
I'm below half.
But,
Yeah, same here.
but, you made it out.
Ugh.
Um,
I'm just like holding my head in my hands, and as we get through, I'm like, could we all try to keep our shit together, please?
Shit's in my ass.
Oh,
Kale's still at like 80 health.
must be nice.
So in the center is a pool of still water.
I look at it. Who's
I
buying
look
that this
in.
is just a
Do it.
puddle of water?
You see your reflection. Everybody make a wisdom check. The person with the highest will get a hint.
Not gonna be me, unless we all suck.
Not gonna be me.
Not gonna be me.
V.
18.
This is the thing: is wisdom checks are lower than wisdom saves.
Yeah.
Arthur,
8.
Beatrice,
11.
Colin,
18.
Bev,
8.
Kale got natural 20.
Oh hell yeah!
So I guess he's gonna do this. He looks at the water. Takes a deep breath and steps inside of it.
Oh,
And as he does, the illusion drops. And the path to the next chamber opens. You had to enter the water with trust. No weapons drawn and a calm demeanor.
Yeah, that wouldn't have been any of us.
Kale passed every single one of his. Well, so did Colin, but... Okay. So you continue through?
Yeah.
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 All right. So, a massive chamber lit by the glowing skeletal remains of an ancient sea dragon embedded in the walls. Before you lies a circular dais surrounded by 6 obsidian pillars. Upon each pillar floats a magical sigil flickering erratically. One is stable. There is an inscribed in etheric is a phrase that you can read.
I examine it and I read it out loud. As I step forward, I hold up my hand to it and I speak aloud. One truth among the ruin, 5 lies mask the gate. Choose the constant or awaken the rage of the grave. Ah, that's not ominous.
Choose the constant.
What?
One
One
truth,
among the what?
the ruin.
So the one that's not flickering?
One truth among the ruin, 5 lies mask the gate. Choose the constant or awaken the rage of the grave.
What are these? You said there's symbols that are glowing?
They're sigils.
Sigils. Do I recognize any of them?
There's
Are they
So there are 6 pillars,
mm-hmm.
and there's magical sigils floating above, each flickering erratically and one is stable.
I'll go to the one that isn't flickering.
Yeah.
Okay. Are you gonna touch it?
I touch it.
Okay.
Fuck it.
So, as you touch the one that's not flickering, a corrupted echo of a draconic guardian appears.
Motherfucker.
Oh no.
And with that, everybody roll for initiative.
Oh, god damn it.
My bitch. Alright.
Great. This is gonna hurt. Does anybody besides me have healing? Or
I don't.
mass? Like mass healing?
All I have is just cure wounds.
I'm fucked.
Same.
Well, I forgot I have
what's
2
that cure
beams in my
wounds?
Eldritch Blast now.
Is that a group one or is that a
Touch.
What?
cure wounds?
That's touch.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. 25 to 20. Cal got 22 with a 17 on the dice. Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry, I got 22.
All right. So you and Kale are tied. His dex is a +5.
He's better than me. He's got a +5. I got a +3.
Okay. All right. 20 to 15.
I got a 19.
$15 to 10. Jesus fuck. 10 to 5.
7.
7.
9.
Who has the higher dex between Arthur and Beatrice?
I have a +5. I have a 20. So
Arthur. I have a +2.
Okay. So. Kale is up first. He is going to. Okay. He is going to invoke Hell, Spellblade. So it allows him to use an action to make both a melee weapon attack and cast a spell. So he runs up and he is going to hit with his Aurora Blade. That's a 31 to hit, which hits.
Are you sure?
He's going to do it two-handed, so it's a D10.
You said this was a shadow wraith?
It's a echo of a dragon, of like a wormling.
Okay.
So that is 9 points of damage. And then it allows him to cast a spell. So he is going to do Hell's Lash. So he lashes a whip of crimson energy at this target. So it has to succeed on a con save. Use a different dice for that. It failed. So it takes 4d4 fire.
4d4?
4d4 fire. That's 11 points of fire. And it is tethered to him.
Ooh.
So at the beginning of each of its turn, it takes 2d4 fire damage. It has to repeat the saving throw to be untethered. And it's an interdicted creature. Oh, so I can burn a spell. Okay, so he is basically he is controlled. So any melee attack against him is done at disadvantage, or is done at advantage. So he swipes with his blade and lashes out this red infernal energy and holds this creature. Bev, you're up with V on deck.
Okay. I am going to cast Eldritch Blast.
Okay.
One beam is an 18 to hit.
Hits.
And that is 12 damage for the first one.
Okay.
And then my second beam is a 17 to hit.
Just hits.
And that is going to do... Dang, I rolled a 1 on a d10. 5 damage.
Okay.
A 17 just hits?
Yeah. So you...
Let me see. And then I would like to also do my Tentacle of the Deep.
Okay.
And I'm going to put that right next to it. It's a 10-foot reach, so... That is a 21 to hit.
Hits.
And then that does... Let me see if it's all cold damage. 12 cold damage.
Okay.
Let me see. Do I still get my extra tentacle? I think I do. Let me double check really quick what I wrote down for that. Yeah, it's for Boons of the Fathomless. Yeah, so I do. So I have one more tentacle. Just for the first hit. So it's 22 to hit.
Hits.
And then that one does an extra d8 of damage. So 12 plus 2, so 14 more damage. And then second tentacle's gone. I can't use that again until long rest.
Okay. All right. That ends your turn?
Yep.
V, you're up.
I am bonus action summoning my construct.
Okay.
And then I'm going to pull out my infernal archbolt launcher. I'm going to back the fuck up as far as I can, which I only have 20 feet of movement speed.
Well, it is going to get an attack of opportunity because it was right on you. Because it appeared right where the sigil was.
Oh, it's right on top of my ass.
Yep.
Fuck me.
That's Bev's job.
Oh, shit.
Ah, God damn it. On second thought, I didn't realize it was, like, right on top of me. Okay, I'm not pulling out my archbolt launcher. I'm pulling out my executioner's axe.
Okay.
And I am going to take a swing at this frickin' thing. Son of a bitch.
You get
That one. To jail with that.
swing and a miss. And that ends your turn because you used your bonus action.
I had 2 attacks. I have 2 attacks.
Okay.
$21 to hit?
Hits.
Alrighty, and that is 16 points of slashing damage.
Okay. It's looking hurt, but he's still there.
And that will end my turn.
Okay. It is now the Echo's turn. Man, good thing you guys are close together.
Wait, doesn't my construct go right after me?
On your next turn, because
on my next
it
turn
got
because
summoned.
I summoned. Okay,
Correct.
yeah. Okay. Okay, right.
So
Sorry.
Lets out its fire breath. So I need everybody to make a dex save, please. Including Kale.
Well, I'm dead.
Oh,
Kale.
I might be.
Bev.
6.
Fail. Kale got a 26. V.
That one?
Definitely a fail. Colin.
I got a 19, but I'm also immune to fire damage.
Okay. Arthur.
12.
Fail. Beatrice.
I know I failed 5.
Fail. So everybody that failed,
At least
you're
resistant.
immune, so you take nothing.
I'm resistant.
You're resistant, so you will take half. If you're resistant to fire, you take half. If you succeeded, you also take half, except for you, because you're immune.
So my other outfit that I'm wearing in D&D Beyond has me resistant, but not the one that I have now.
Technically the outfit,
Correct.
but that's the old.
Correct, because you put on a new one.
Yeah, we just don't have all the information for that yet, but I wrote down some of it for me.
But I know it does not have resistance to fire.
Well, I won't be needing that. How many D6 is it?
7. $27 points of fire damage.
I go down.
So
Half of
I'm
that.
down, and I'm at my max HP is 38.
Well, so you're at what?
So you said 20. I'm at
It's 27.
27. My max HP is 38. I have 12 left. So would I be perma?
No.
We take
Yeah, I also
14
go down.
for resistant.
Yes. Take 14 for resistant damage. Alright, so Bev's down.
What was half of 27? 14? Okay.
14.
I'm not down.
Okay. Colin, it's your turn. That's it. That's all it can do.
So you're down? Okay.
So is Bev.
Well, I'm going to see that, and I'm going to... Okay. You might have to go down. I am...
This thing's looking hurt.
Okay, so... For my action, I'm going to... My main action, I'm going to cast Firebolt at it.
Okay.
Natural 20.
Okay.
Thank fuck.
Okay, so I just need to get...
I hate you. By the way.
You love me.
I almost thought he would have killed us.
Taking us out.
That's what I thought it was.
Well, it's firebolt, not fireball.
I rolled a 19 for both, so 19 times 2 would be... Resident
38?
mathematician?
38.
38. 38 fire damage to it.
Cool. 0.
Damn it.
It's immune to fire. It's a red dragon wormling.
Oh, I didn't know that.
It just
Wish-
breathed fire.
Yeah.
Fire?
I gave you a hint. That's why I did that. So, not 20 wasted.
Mm-hmm.
Bonus action, I'm going to put lay of hands on B.
Can't.
Can't?
You cast a spell.
But wait, isn't Firebolt a cantrip, not a spell?
Yeah, Firebolt's a cantrip.
Yeah. I'll allow it. Go ahead.
Okay, so...
You need a roll to see if you do it.
Oh. It's just an automatic thing.
Now, remember, if you're healing in combat, you have to roll.
Okay, that's right. What? So, spell modifier too?
Yes.
19.
Okay, you're up with 19. Yeah, so technically, Lay of Hands is a class feature, not a spell. So,
Oh.
It's magic, but it's not technically not considered a spell because it's a class.
That's all that.
Okay. That ends your turn then.
Yes, it does. I'm done.
Okay. Arthur.
Okay, well, I'm glad I get 2 attacks per action. So we'll start with one pistol, the Hellfire's Whisper, and try to shoot with that one first.
Okay.
For an 18 to hit,
Hits.
we'll have 13 damage from that one.
What kind of damage?
It is piercing.
Okay. How do you want to do this?
Oh, nice one, Arthur.
I mean, for the
It had 6 health left.
Ah,
Damn.
After the fire, I get very annoyed, puffing and puffing before I aim right for his freaking eye, and then just pull the trigger.
It's gone.
So it's Bev that's down, right?
Bed is down, bleeding
Okay.
out.
Using Magic Initiate Cleric, so I don't use a spell slot. I'm going to cast Healing Word. That's 2, 3, 4. Six.
Okay. So I get 6, and my death save goes up to 11. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Holy shit.
Oh,
No touchy shit.
yes.
Well, we know it's not the one that isn't flickering.
Yeah.
And I have no mass healing.
5 lies. Which lies?
I want to look at all the sigils. How many are not working? Or seem to be like flickering or not working correctly?
5.
All
Because the
5
6th
flicker,
one.
1 is solid.
And I touched the solid one.
Okay.
And we've just...
maybe you didn't
Yeah.
touch it right.
How other ways could they touch it?
They can caress it.
Look, let's not make it weird, Arthur. I want to... If I looking at the flickering ones, do I notice if there's any kind of another pattern to them? The one that would discern them from the other... anything else?
You can... To do that, you need to make a perception check.
Okay. Perception. Okay, that's actually... I rolled a 22.
That'll do it. Only one sigil pulses at a perfect rhythm, like a heartbeat or a ticking clock.
I go up to it. My hand hovers. I look back at the others. This one is in perfect rhythm. There's a pattern to it. Should I do it?
Well, trust you with our lives, Colin.
I'll
Well,
be the first one to get killed.
no guts, no glory. I touch the sigil.
Okay. You sure?
Yes.
Okay.
Fuck.
You touch the Sybil.
Sybil?
I was looking at another word. The central dais unfolds like an opening lotus, revealing a sphere of preserved memory glowing with etheric stormlight. You all can feel that Toric's presence intensify. This was once a shrine to an ancient pact between storm drakes and sea gods. And as the dais opens, a current surges from below, warm, almost comforting, and a voice, not spoken, but remembered, fills the chamber. You who walk the lights does not reach. You are not the first to seek power, but you may be the first to seek it together. Step forward, Council of Stormcrown, and claim what was sealed when the sea first wept. A path of light appears, descending into the deepest part of the coral grave.
I start walking.
Alright. How's everything?
I'm looking to Cal. He said, and looked at him and go, that thing said council. That does include you, right?
Yes. I mean, I could stay here if you wish.
I'd rather not. That's why I'm asking.
I follow down with B.
I go down.
I follow.
So, you descend along the path of light, spiraling down into the abyssal heart of the coral grave. The water thickens with memory, echoing faint sounds, laughter, battle cries, songs in languages long dead, only the ones that you understand, and even you don't know what they're saying. The pressure increases, not physically, but spiritually, as though the trench itself was watching you. Eventually, you reach a vast, dome-shaped chamber of pearl-white stone veined with glowing aquamarine. The walls ripple faintly, not with current, but with time. This is the Vault of Tides, a place where reality is thin and ancient events still play on the edges of vision. In the center stands a raised dais with a conch-shaped basin carved from pure storm glass. Within it, a sealed scroll case wrapped in gold coral, a relic glowing faintly with inner stormlights. But the path forward is blocked. Standing before the dais is a statue. A 6-armed humanoid sea god-like figure, half fish, half storm, with one face and 3 expressions: calm, wrath, and grief. Etched into the stone, on the base, is a riddle.
Oh, no.
I have 3 faces, yet only one sees truth. One watches the past, grieving tides long gone. One rages against storms that never came. One knows the wave that crests just before the fall. Speak to me not of what was or what could be, but of what is, and you may pass. So, you must choose the correct expression.
What was that riddle?
I just posted it.
Oh, thank you. I have 3 faces, yet only one sees truth. One watches the past, grieving tides long gone. And rages against storms that came. Ghosts. for the boss. What was, what could be, what is. Pass.
So sad past, angry past, or could be, and then. Okay, so you said there was the grief and the rage. What was the third one? Emotion on it, the statue's face?
Calm.
Calm. The waves were calm up top, too.
It's probably calm. So if you look at
Yeah.
Having
rage would be angry, and that's the future. Grief would be grieving the past. Calm before the storm.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's still kind of looking into what.
I'm gonna say calm. I would think that'd be it.
I'm thinking calm too.
I think calm too.
Is that your answer?
Yes.
Okay. Whoosh. The statue's chest opens like a vault, revealing a stone eye.
I approach the stone eye.
Okay?
I ain't touching no more shit.
It's just floating there.
I approach with Colin
I stay back.
and grab his hand. If you go down, I'll go down with you.
I'm gonna go up
I
behind the
look
two like
over
there
and give
too.
her a kiss, and then I reach for the eye.
Okay. You grab the eye. Nothing happens. You can grab it. You have
Oh.
it.
No, like I went through. I'm like I kind of. Ew. No, so is it? It's just like a object.
Might be a key.
It's not an actual eye, right?
Stone.
No, it's stone.
Okay. I'll look at it and I'm like,
I'm gonna look for an eye hole.
I'll hold it up to the others to see. Now what?
Good question.
Empty socket somewhere.
I want to look around and
Make
see
an insight check.
insight check.
Guidance.
So that's an extra D4.
Yep.
Dirty 20.
Okay. It's almost pulling you towards that scroll case on the dais.
I go over to there and I kind of put the eye right.
Okay. Are you going to put it on it?
Yeah.
Okay. So you put it on the scroll case. The scroll case opens harmlessly. And you can take what's inside.
I reach in and I pull it out.
Okay. You pull something out. You going to open it?
Yes, I'm assuming it's a scroll, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just saying. Would it be the first time somebody
It
put
is.
something else in a...
A map etched in etheric symbols that shimmers and shifts. It doesn't show geography, but ley line flows beneath the sea, and several nodes pulse faintly. One is directly beneath the coral grave, deep within the Tectile Maw, MAW. A magma-vented chasm said to lead into the realm of slumbering titans. Another pulses from across the world. Within the veiled reaches, the sunken remains of an airborne city lost during the shattering. A final one glows with stormlights in the very heart of Dracoria. There's also a short inscription in an archaic dialect, readable to you, and you, and Kale. Stormborn and Scalebound, take up your vigil. The pact was not broken, only forgotten.
Because I'm looking at this with Colin, I actually read it out loud.
Huh.
Ah.
What is that supposed to mean?
What does it say then? What does it say again?
It says, Stormborn and Scalebound, take up your vigil. The pact was not broken, only forgotten.
Stormborn.
So, taking that with what you've seen before, the last chamber you were in held an ancient pact between storm gods or sea gods and storm drakes. So you get that this has to do with the gods somehow. You're not sure how, nobody is. It may reveal itself later.
Well, alright
Looking
then.
at it, I point to the map where we're at. So it looks like we have to go even deeper to get to the ley line.
Well, this is a node. It's not a ley line. It's a node.
Yeah, I'm sorry, honey. A node for the ley line.
Can I tell if that ley line node is corrupted or not?
You can't from there.
It could be inherently dangerous because I can't sense if it's corrupted or not. If it's corrupted, we're screwed.
You know, we need to somehow fix it. Well,
And this has to do with the gods. There has to be a reason besides the water that Starhawk didn't want to come with.
that's true. But I think the only way we're going to know one way or the other is if we venture down there.
As terrifying as that is. And believe me,
dragons.
I am absolutely terrified of the going down further into the trench.
Gods and dragons should not mix.
No argument for me. Yeah, what do you think?
I think that this has to do with the storm gods, maybe. And he walks up to the dais and he looks at the scroll case that you had opened, and he looks deeper in, and he reaches his hand in.
Yeah, what are you doing?
There's something.
What's wrong?
And he immediately begins to float in the
What?
air.
Kill. I kind of try to grab his leg.
You can't. Just out of reach. As he's hovering in the air, storms begin to form, storm clouds. You see lightning running across.
Shit.
Rain only on him in a pillar. As a single lightning strike hits him, and he jets his arms out and he holds himself there. He begins to glow with this magical blue energy as lightning runs through his veins, and he drops.
Oh, I want to try to catch him.
He drops before you are able to get there.
I quickly drop down my knees, like run to him, drop down my knees, and check on him. Are you? Yeah. You okay? What just happened?
What's that? And he opens his eyes, and his eyes are glowing blue. No pupils, no nothing, just blue.
You were enveloped in a storm, and a lightning bolt hit you, and now your eyes are glowing bright ass blue. Are you?
He's not
okay?
looking towards you. He's looking away. I can't see this chamber. Hello?
Kill.
What are you talking to?
I kind of like rub his arm, trying to get his attention.
Yes, I understand.
Understand what?
Kill. You're kind of freaking me out a little more than you usually do.
Yes, my lord.
There's a lord here? What?
And he... and his eyes are normal.
Okay, Kale,
What was
you
that?
are freaking me out more than you usually do. Are you okay?
I don't know how that happened.
Can't to share with the class.
Okay, can you explain what happened?
I felt something coming from the dais. It was inside the scroll case. I don't know what it was. But when I touched it, everything went white.
Well, after you touched it, you screamed out in pain and enveloped in a thunder and lightning storm that only surrounded you, nowhere else. And you were struck by lightning.
I saw a god.
A god.
God of storms.
But I thought all the gods were locked up or whatever.
They are.
Does it seal the awakening?
I don't know. His name's Valerion. He was large, clad in dark clouds and crackling armor. His face obscured by a storm-crowned helm. His arms are bound in broken chains that still hum with celestial energy. Somehow he reached to me. Somehow he gave me his blessing.
Blessing for what?
He looks around and he he reaches out and a sacred flame appears.
Kel? How?
Don't know. How did someone with the powers from a devil get the powers from a god?
You don't really, you sacrificed yourself more to the devil because you didn't think that the gods were still alive. And you didn't want to tie yourself to Starflow.
We need to figure out eventually where he's trapped so we can free him.
Yeah.
But for now,
Let's rest and so then we can recuperate a little bit.
for now, we can. And you hear. And you recognize the roar. It's Valtorix. He's not roaring in pain, but in a warning. From the walls, the chambers tremble. Shadows pull themselves free. They're not beasts, but memories given form. Animated regrets from those who once failed to complete this journey. They lash out. Everybody, roll initiative.
Oh, God.
Shit.
Damn it.
You have to defeat these to seal the vault again. Otherwise, the regrets of the sea will roam free.
Whoops.
Damn it.
This is how it's gonna go tonight.
Okay. Okay. Wow. Okay. All right. 25 to 20.
22.
Kale got 24. So, I swear, if we're in the same order as last time,
That's all. I was just double checking myself.
I think I rolled a 22 last time, too.
20 to 15.
I got a 19.
19.
Oh, who has the higher dex?
I have a plus
Plus
4.
3.
Okay. So far, it's the same order. Actually, it's not. Sorry. Hold on.
Yeah, it is so far.
Yeah, it is so far.
Yeah, it
Kale,
is.
Bev, V,
No.
Colin.
Okay. 15 to 10.
11.
I mean, technically,
Mm-hmm.
player-wise, it's the same order,
Yeah.
Yeah.
but it's not. What'd you get?
5.
Okay. All right. So first up is Kale. So he is going to. Okay. So they're all three are lined up together. It's basically, I mean, there are other things, but it's a wraith and 2 ghosts, basically. And so he points at the wraith, and you see a storm cloud appear above it, and it takes the shape of a cylinder 10 feet tall with a 60-foot radius. And as he points to that wraith that's in the middle, lightning. Each one of them has to make a dex save. So the wraith, that is a fail. Ghost, fail. Other ghosts fail. All 3 failed. So they take 3d10 lightning.
3d10?
Yeah.
That's got some kick to it.
That is 18 points of lightning damage. Okay, and that is a concentration. So he can hold that and call it down again for 10 minutes. He can do that. Yeah, because it's a 3d10. Okay. So that's it. That's all he's doing, because that's a concentration spell. That's a 5th level spell.
Eesh.
Well done.
Fucking.
So,
He's a Tempest Cleric now.
if we tried to run at those ghosts in that cone, are we going to get hit by lightning?
No, he can control where it hits.
Okay.
But if you do stay within 5 feet of the center point, so the wraith, if you're within 5 feet of the wraith, when it goes off again, you do get hit.
Okay.
Shit.
So try and stay away from the wraith. Now, if the wraith moves, he can move it on his turn. And speaking of, wraith is next, because I got a nat 20 on the wraith.
Damn.
Oh boy.
That's why I said it wasn't the same. So, oh god. It's gonna try and go after Kale. It's gonna try and life drain him. So, it's a melee attack. Wow, that's a 10 to hit. That misses.
Damn.
So it goes to swing, and Kale, still holding the concentration, moves out of the way. So it is now about 10 feet away from that center point, so you can't attack him physically,
Okay.
the Wraith. That's all that can do. So that means Bev is up with V on deck.
I'm
Colin in
going
the
to
hole.
do my Eldritch Blasts.
Against?
One of these spirits.
Okay. You can choose one. It doesn't matter. They both have
I'm
the
going to
same
do
health.
one against each.
Okay.
So the first one's 18 to hit,
Hits.
and that is 10 damage.
Okay.
And then for the other one, that is a 25 to hit.
Definitely hits.
And I rolled a 1 again on the damage thing, so it's only 5.
Okay.
And then bonus action, I will be expending another Tentacle of the Deep
Okay.
to attack the Wraith.
Okay.
Not 20?
Definitely hits.
Okay, hang on. So
Double the die.
that is 14 cold damage.
Is that already doubled?
Yes, 14. Yeah,
Okay.
it's already doubled.
For child?
Let me just make sure.
Yeah, I was concerned because it was cold, but I figured only one way to find out.
It is resistant. Because
Gotcha.
it's a spirit.
Yeah, that's why. Like most of my other spells are like necrotic, so that wouldn't do anything.
Yeah. No. It's immune to those.
Yeah.
You'd rather get half damage than none.
I mean, I guess I have 1 fire and 1 shocking, but yeah.
I mean, it's resistant to those two.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah. Okay.
Remember,
yeah.
it's a spirit, so
Yeah.
it's resistant to a lot of stuff. That's why people use spirits a lot, because they're hard to hit. Okay, is that end your turn?
Yep.
Okay. V, you're up, Colin on deck. Arthur in the hole.
Bonus action. Branding Smite.
Okay.
And I'm going to go up to the Wraith. No, one of the spirit. Fuck it, Wraith. Wraith.
Okay.
Going up to the Wraith. And attack with my Executioner's Axe.
Okay.
Oh, 16 to hit.
16 hits.
Oh, sweet! Oh, this is gonna be fun. Okay. So my Executioner's Axe. Hold up. That's 10 points of slashing damage, and
5.
with my branding smite, 3 points of radiant.
So the slashing was halved, and then the radiant was full. Because it has to be a
Radiant.
silvered weapon.
Yeah.
Okay, that ends your turn.
And I'm going to do one more attack because I got 2 attacks per turn. So.
Okay.
16 to hit again.
Hits.
And 8 points of slashing, so.
Okay. 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 Colin, you're up. Arthur's on deck.
Okay. I'm gonna go after the raid. I'm gonna use my Hammer of the Infernal Pack. Just gonna do a regular. I'm gonna hit it, but I'm also going to include my Divine Smite on it. Now, I have a question for you. Are these considered fiends or undead?
These are undead.
Okay, so first let's just make sure I can hit it first. 23 to hit.
Hits.
Okay, so the reason I asked about the undead one was because with Divine Smite,
It deals extra damage.
well, not that, and it also, if it's an undead or a fiend, so here's the damage for actually hitting it. That was an 8, half to 4 because it's bludgeoning.
But your hammer's made out of silver.
Okay, so it's full. So that's an 8 damage. I didn't realize that.
Ooh.
He made you a silver hammer
Oh, that's
because as his paladin, you would deal with a lot of undead and fiends.
Okay. So, in that case, apologize. I'm trying to. I can't seem to. Can't seem to find it. Okay, no big deal. Because so now, since it's since it's Divine Smite, 2d8 damage. 7, 2, that's 9 radiant damage. But because this is an undead with smite, the damage increases by an additional d8 dice. So I roll again. That was a 3.
Okay. He's looking hurt.
Okay,
He's still there.
but that's it. That was
Okay.
the Divine Smite was my bonus action.
Artie, you're up.
Realized I just muted myself. Okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna have my 2 pistols aim at for my action. Firing first with the Hell's Fire Whisper.
Okay.
At
Who?
At ghost number 1.
Okay.
15 to hit
Hits.
for 17 points of damage.
Okay.
Piercing, just so you're aware.
So you. And it dissipates.
The raid?
The ghost.
Oh, the ghost.
And then I'm going to aim at ghost number 2 with my other pistol and fire
Okay.
at it. So close. 24 to hit.
Definitely hits.
Almost a nat. Rolled to a nat 20. This one does 8 points of piercing damage.
Okay.
And then
Okay.
as my bonus action, I'm actually going to use Second Wind to try to heal myself some.
Okay.
So D10 plus 5. Seven, so I heal for 7 plus 13, no, 12.
Okay.
And that will end my turn.
All right. It is now Ghost 2's turn. It is going to do horrifying visage. I need everybody to make a wisdom save. Kale got a 25. Bev,
22.
success. V, fail. Colin,
Not
16.
on wisdoms. apparently.
success. Arthur,
8.
fail. Beatrice,
11.
fail. Those of you that failed are frightened for 1 minute. And V, I need you to roll a d4, please.
Awesome.
magical fucking-
Monkey's uncle. Alright. 2.
Okay.
Oh no.
So you failed by 5 or more.
Oh no.
So you age 2 times 10 years. So 20 years.
Oh.
You age 20 years up. You are 20 years older. That happens every time. So if you fail again by 5 or more to get out of the being frightened, you would age again.
So V's 45 now.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
But if you can get somebody to use a greater restoration spell, it can be reversed.
Sorry, I have lesser. I don't have.
But
greater.
it has to be within 24 hours of being cursed. So that
I'm
happened.
fucked.
Hopefully Kale has it.
So that's all that you can do, or that it can do. That's why I love ghosts. They're fucking awesome.
I hate this. I fucking hate it.
So that ends its turn. Beatrice, you're up with Kale on deck.
Are the wraith and ghosts within 5 feet of each other?
No.
Damn.
The wraith, they're like 10 feet away because the wraith moved up to Kale.
But I could technically move like the moonbeam on a bonus action, right?
Yeah.
The next turn? Or
Yeah.
can I do it the current
no.
turn?
Next turn.
Okay.
Cannot be the same turn. That
Yeah.
would be too overpowered. Well, you technically could move it, it just wouldn't do damage.
Okay. I'm going to bonus action produce flame.
Okay.
I'm going to target the ghost.
Okay.
Why must you hate me? 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12.
Hits.
What?
Wait, what?
Yeah. These are ghosts. It was very small AC.
Okay.
They're just hard to do damage to.
Yeah.
So that's 9 fire.
Halved. Okay. The ghost just kind of flickers a little bit.
Then I'm going to cast Moonbeam at 2nd level.
Okay.
I will do the ghost again.
Okay.
So a con save.
Okay.
Fuck you! But,
Natural 20.
so would you still take half damage?
Not with a nat. Because
Fuck you!
just like for you guys, it negates it completely.
Fuck you!
So you and it
But
moves.
it's a concentration, so.
Yes, it does cast, but it moves out of the way of it. It like shudders to the side, like that creepy ghost shudder.
Fuck you.
All right, that ends its turn. Your turn. Kale is up. He's gonna drop the lightning, and he is going to. Is anybody hurt?
I have 6
I
HP.
have. Yeah.
I'm okay.
I mean,
I'm not.
I could definitely use some healing.
Not
Okay.
Well, I have.
I'm less than half.
He's going to cast Mass Cure Wounds. So that is
I'm kind of.
$33 hit points to everybody.
Whoa.
You said how many?
33.
Damn.
It's 5d8.
Cool.
That was his last 5th level slot.
Yeah.
And then he is going to look at the wraith and point, and all you hear as he casts Toll the Dead. It has to succeed in a wisdom save. Natural 1.
Oh my god.
Oh!
So it takes 2d8 necrotic. That is 5 necrotic, which is immune to, so it doesn't matter. Actually, it technically would take 1d12, but it's immune, so. But he's still learning his powers. He doesn't know. And that is a cantrip, so.
Yeah.
Alright, that ends his turn. It is now the Wraith's turn. Who is
Intake.
Bless you.
going to
That went through your mic, by the way.
try to life drain V. So it's going to swing at you. That is a 19 to hit.
Shit, that hits.
Okay, so it does 17 points of necrotic damage. And I need you to make a con save.
Better than wisdom save, right?
That was cocked. 17 plus 6, so 23?
Save. So your hit point max is not reduced. Your hit point max would have been reduced by 17.
Oh my god!
Oh, yeah. Okay, that ends the Wraith. Bev, you're up. V's on deck. Colin and Hole.
All right, I'm gonna
sorry.
go.
Yeah, you're fine. Never mind.
I'm gonna
Sorry.
shoot the Wraith twice
Okay.
with Eldritch Blast. So 23 to hit for the first one,
Hits.
and that is 9 damage.
Okay.
And I'm going to hit it again. Dirty 20 to hit.
Hits.
And that is 11 damage.
Okay.
And then I think I can move my tentacle if I can't reach it with the tentacle. Yeah, I can move it up to 30 feet. So I'm assuming, can I close with the tentacle?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to close with the tentacle to the wraith.
Okay.
18 to hit.
Definitely hits.
And that is 6 cold damage.
Okay, half to 3. Okay.
And that's it for me.
Things looking hurt. Alright. That ends your turn?
Yep.
V, I need you to go ahead and make your frighten save. So, wisdom saving throw, please. Because when you are frightened by a ghost, you cannot move or do anything. It's not like when you're frightened by another creature and you just can't move towards it. Ghosts freeze you in place.
Well, would I have been able to cast with an 11 because I technically failed?
Yeah, you're fine. What?
18.
That's a success.
Oh my god.
But that uses your turn.
Yeah, okay.
And you are now immune to the horrifying visage for the next 24 hours.
Okay.
Okay. So it's now Colin's turn.
Okay. So
You about made it to 60 years old.
use my hammer against this thing once again.
The Wraith?
Yeah, the Wraith, and follow on by Divine Smite with the bonus action.
Okay.
Okay, 24 to hit.
Miss.
Damn. Okay. So that is 9 damage.
How do you want to do this?
I just go, and I just aim it mid center and just swing and hit it, and it just glows from the divine smitiness of the hammer and just.
Full of spite.
I just thought about the most terrifying enemy. Every time they land an attack, they gain 1 AC point.
No.
Oh my god.
No. Oh
No.
god, no. Oh god.
That would be insane.
No.
Like, they would start on a low AC, like a 10.
Yeah.
But every time they hit you, it goes up by 1. If they crit, it goes up by 2.
Yeah, no.
Oh,
That's a good
that
idea.
no.
No, it's not.
All right.
No.
Is that end your turn?
Yeah, since technically I used my bonus action.
V. Or, sorry, not V. Artie.
Pretty smarty.
Alright, gonna attack with both ghost number 2 with both pistols.
Bartholomew.
Starting out with Hellfire Whisper. It is a dirty 20 to hit
Miss. No, it hits.
for 9 points of piercing damage.
How do you want to do this?
Woohoo!
He's just aiming for the head, tired of this, puts in an explosive round and just pulls the trigger.
Okay. So, once the chamber quiets again, the map is safely sealed. You can leave. Your current adventure is done. You may regroup before coming back and going deeper, or you can continue from here. You can take a long rest here technically and keep going, or you can go back to the ship, rest there, come back, or go all the way back to the kingdom, but that's another 3-day journey.
I say we just go back to the ship and rest.
Go back to the ship
Would,
and
or
rest.
would all
and
the
try to
everything
find somebody
reset?
with greater restoration.
You don't know. You don't know if anything
What
would
if it
reset.
closes behind us?
Then maybe we should just rest here.
Did anybody bring food?
I did not. I mean, we could put our suits on and go outside and catch a fish.
Yeah, but we
I
don't
have
know if
some rations.
anything would reset.
That's true.
I have 5 rations.
I have rations.
Kale also has 7 rations.
Oh.
So, Kale looks at UV. I can fix you, but it's gonna have to. I need to rest first.
Yeah. Yep.
So that's a 5th level spell. So that will, just keep in mind, that will take its 5th level spell slot. So you can choose. You have to do it within 24 hours.
Yeah.
So keep in mind, he will be down to 1 5th level spell
Yep.
after that. Or you can stay 40 years old.
I think we fix feed.
I will pick.
Okay.
I will.
So after a long rest, he can do it. So
Yeah.
you gonna take a long rest here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Everybody go ahead and take a long rest. Um, all right. So as you wake up, you prepare to enter the Tectal Mall to see what is down there. Some creature. Is it a Leviathan? Is it a Titan? What is it?
Leviathan Kraken.
Why would you
Oh.
suggest this? Am I feeling any more of the ley line magic as we're going deeper?
You haven't started yet.
Okay, I thought we did.
No. So, as you go deeper, no, you don't.
So
But-
did Kale?
Oh, yeah, sorry. Yes, greater restoration happened. Sorry. Cast it. Okay. So, inside the Tectal Mall, the ocean is less a place of water and more void of magic and time. Here, ley energy bleeds raw from fissures in the seafloor, curling in ribbons of incandescent color, lavender, deep cerulean, emerald, and black. Tendrils of these energies pulse along broken statues, shattered pylons, and tangled kelp forests larger than city towers. The terrain is jagged and unpredictable. Cliffs of hexagonal basalt rise like broken vertebrae, while ancient bones, some of them unmistakably draconic, jut from the sediment beds that glow with faint runes. So as you're walking, it's bringing you in and out of water. So you're basically moving in and out of the sea. So you basically have your suits on the whole time to be able to breathe. So there are split paths. 3 ancient corridors, partially collapsed and overgrown. Left, right, and center. Cannot see where they lead, but you must make a decision. But that decision is for next time. So, we will pick this up next time. We want to thank everybody for listening. Thank you for joining us in this adventure. We have some exciting new things coming soon. We cannot wait to share them. And yeah. So, and I will say with that, everybody can level up 1
Ooh.
as you
Yes.
hit a milestone. So, when we come back next, you guys will be 1 level higher, and we will continue it. So, once again, thank you everybody for listening, and please join us next time as we roll the damn dice. Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Good night.
Night.
Good night.